Thanks so much for being here with me today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are ready to see what this video has in store. For today's reading, we're going to be looking at your life in the next 5 years. Let's go ahead and look at the breakdown. For our first question, we're going to ask what your life looks like in 5 years. For the second, we're going to look at what life experiences or transitions you've gone through that are significant to you. And for the third question, we're going to look at what your future self wants you to know about your future life. And then in tarot, we are going to be looking at what do your relationships look like? Are you living your best life, or how to improve if you're not? And then what is the future you manifesting? So I'm very excited to get into today's reading. The piles are a little bit shorter, the readings are a little bit shorter, but it's just something I needed today because I will say this: check your frozen strawberries. In the US right now, we are having a outbreak of hepatitis A because certain brands of sliced strawberries and frozen fruit were exposed to hepatitis A, and I found that out because I work for the news. I got a press release about it and then went home and checked my strawberries, and I was exposed to hepatitis. So I got my blood drawn yesterday and I'm feeling kind of anxious about that, but I should know in the next 3 to 5 days, so wish me luck, send me all the good vibes, but yeah, check your strawberries. With that being said, let's go ahead and look at the specific pile thingies. I don't know what to call these crystals. So for pile 1, we have the kiwi jasper. Very pretty, very lovely. Love the kiwi jasper. For pile 2, we have the pyrite, which could be called fool's gold as well. Little pyrite. And for pile 3, I'm not sure what this is, in all honesty. I think I'm calling it the marble stone. So marble stone for pile 3. I will give you a second to do what you gotta do, to take a few deep breaths and figure out which pile is for you. I will have timestamps listed down below, as well as all the decks I'm using. And yeah, other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in your pile. Bye! Hello, pile 1. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Do you guys notice anything different? A couple things that are different? Okay, so the setup today is a little different. I just got back from the store. I got a little marble stone incense burner, as well as these little candle holders, and I got a pink candle to represent the feminine energies that watch me. If you identify with this specific feminine energy, I got a white candle for spirit. You can't see, but it is burning right now. And then I got a blue candle for any of the masculine energies or any masculine aligned energies that are watching me here today. And I also got a mic. Hi guys. So hopefully the audio quality is a little bit better. I'm trying to step my game up slowly but surely. We will get to a very good production value looking reading. If you chose the kiwi jasper, then that's how you know you made it to pile 1. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to put it right over there. We've got a lot to get into today. The topic of today's video is your life in the next 5 years, what things are going to look like, kind of who you're going to be, and we are going to look at the specific relationships, the specific areas that you are doing well in your life, that you're not maybe doing so well, how you can improve, and then what the future you is manifesting. So there's a lot of exciting energies in today's pile, or in today's reading, I should say. Before we get into tarot, I will say I am using a oracle deck that is pretty much based off of tarot. So this is pretty much a tarot deck, and it is called the Cosma Visions Oracle deck, and that is available on Tarot Stack. Most of the decks I have here with me today are actually from Tarot Stack, so I always feel like shouting them out. I'm not affiliated with them, but they are just really great, and yeah. If you want a full breakdown of what we're going to be looking at today, feel free to head back to the intro of this entire video, where I have a little 10 to 30 second clip of everything that we will be looking at today. But other than that, I think we are ready for the reading. So let's go ahead and start with the oracles. This is going to represent what your life looks like in the next 5 years, and we have the Self. Very pretty. And this card is going to represent any important transitions or life experiences that you have gone through by the time the 5 years are up. We have number 1. And this is supposed to represent the first house. Interesting synchronicity we have here with like the rainbow energies. So some of you guys are my LGBTQ members, or you will be discovering that about yourself in the next 5 years. Let me straighten this. And then this card right over here is going to represent what your future self wants you to know. And we have Dream Gate. Very pretty. So yeah, I immediately do get this sort of energy that you guys are going to be discovering some sort of LGBTQ part about yourself, as if some of you guys might come out as non-binary, and some of you guys might find out that you're trans and start that transition. Some of you guys will figure out that you're bisexual, or maybe that you're gay, or maybe you're asexual, things like that. There is like a difference in this group as far as like fitting in on the binary. I feel like you guys don't really fall into a gay or straight line. There is just something abstract, I guess I'd say, about yourself. And you're going to be discovering that within the next 5 years. So some of you guys could be really young, or some of you have kind of fit into a very traditional role for yourself, I guess, as you've grown up. So I'm seeing, like, if you identify with being feminine, you've grown up and you've always worn dresses or worn a lot of makeup. And by the next 5 years, or once they're done, I see you guys taking on like a more masculine approach. Like, I'm seeing like like cargo pants and like big t-shirts and like not doing much with your hair. Some of you guys are getting like, you're shaving your hair. I see that, like, and that's going to be sort of symbolic for you, like a new self is emerging, and it's something that you align much more with, because we have like this pearl here, and I'm hearing like hindsight is freeing. Like, so right now you might be feeling a little caged or a little trapped, and you're not really sure where to go, or especially if it's not safe to express who you are yet, like that's okay to kind of keep yourself hidden. But I feel like your future self is letting you know things won't always be this way. You won't always be so constricted in what you're allowed to be and do and wear. And in the next 5 years, you're really releasing a whole bunch of things that no longer serve you. And a lot of that revolves around who you are, how you present yourself into this world. A lot of you guys, if you don't resonate with like being LGBTQ, there's just a switch up in how you're presenting. Like, some of you guys might really not enjoy getting ready in the morning, but I see this group is going to have a very set morning routine, a very set night routine, something that really fills you up and allows you to be the best version of you. Like, this group is definitely going to be aligned with themselves and taking care of themselves, no matter what age you're going to be in the next 5 years. You guys are glowing. Like, I'm seeing lots of eyes. So even if you're not on stage or in like the public view, as far as like putting yourself out there, there's a lot of people that notice you and are stricken by your beauty and just how well you take care of yourself. Some of you guys might have grown up and felt like you're the odd one out because you don't look a certain way, or your face just doesn't align with the beauty standards of the time period that you're alive in. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of shift culturally, and because you've been taking care of yourself, or because you will be taking care of yourself over the next 5 years, that culture shift along with taking care of yourself is going to put you in like an age in time that will make you shine. So especially if you're older, some of you guys might have not have been popular when you're younger, and you thought, you know, well, there goes my prime. And I just want to say, prime is not about age. Prime is about how you're feeling yourself and how you decide to show up in the world. And I feel like you guys might have grown up with feeling like you were never going to be the beauty star, but like, say you turn 50 in the next 5 years, there's going to be some sort of like beauty standard shift that makes you the beauty star. at that time, you know, no matter what age you are. You're going to feel really appreciated for how you look and how you've kept up. Especially like if you guys are really insecure about your body, about your appearance, like just know that even though you can't see your beauty right now, or you feel like not everyone else can see your beauty right now, if you keep taking care of yourself, you are going to start to shine, and you're going to feel that. And then eventually other people are going to start to see you shine. And there's like this energy of like finding what fills your cup up and keeping it close to your chest. And because you're able to find something that fills your cup up, like some of you guys are like running something on the side, and that's making you really happy. Some of you guys are literally taking up running, and that's like giving you all those nice endorphins. There's just something that you found that's a new facet of who you thought you would be. And it's going to be kind of transforming your life and giving you, it's like exploring a new side of yourself that has always been a part of you, but you just didn't know how to tap into it. And now that you're tapping into it, it's like full steam ahead, and you're feeling better about yourself, which is then rubbing off on others because you're so full of love that you're able to kind of overflow that love to other people, which is really beautiful. Some of you guys could be Leos. Like I definitely get a Leo vibe here where you're just like shining so brightly and enjoying every second of it, and you're just spreading light and love everywhere you go. Some of you guys, for a significant transition that you've gone through, I'm hearing like some sort of cosmetic surgery. Like I am always going to advocate for learning to love yourself and loving the body you're in, and appreciating all that it can do for you, not only just for aesthetics. But I feel like if you guys have a big insecurity that's been there your whole life, or I'm hearing like if you've gone through significant weight loss and you're just left with some saggy skin, I feel like in the next 5 years, you will be able to get that surgery, and it's going to skyrocket your confidence. Or you're going to be receiving that cosmetic surgery, and it's going to make you able to truly, authentically love yourself. Because I feel like this group, you've gone through that energy of having to love yourself the hard way, where you don't really like what you see in the mirror, you don't really like appreciate all that you do, and you've just had to do affirmations over and over again and like do what you can do. Like this is honestly giving me the energy of like in high school, and still now I struggle with acne, and I used to struggle a lot more than I do now. And I've started to take better care of myself, like eat healthy, drink a lot of water, take my meds, and obviously do skincare every night, even if I don't shower. And I'm starting to see a significant reduction, but like I know if I fall off the bandwagon, it will come back. And that's something that I have to be aware of. And like I hate when I'm breaking out, and I hate all the scarring I have on my face, but I have to remind myself that if I just keep taking care of myself, it'll get better eventually, hopefully. And like, I don't know why I just went off on that tangent, but hopefully it's significant to someone out there. You're going to be finding a system that works, and you're going to feel at one with yourself and at one with the universe. Because I feel like once we really appreciate ourselves and learn to appreciate our flaws and our great qualities and our talents and even our differences, once we can accept and love that, it's going to start being reflected in our outward reality as well. So definitely a come to home, come to Jesus moment, but with yourself here. Your future self wants you to know with Dreamgate, anything that you dream about, anything that you wish to happen in your life, like they want you to know you're fully capable of cultivating that and manifesting that, even when you don't really know how to do that. Because when you think about it, when you're dreaming, you don't really necessarily have control over your dreams. That takes a lot of like training and practice to be able to constantly control your dreams, which is really cool if you can do that. Maybe in the next 5 years, you guys will be masters of, what's the word? Astral projection. That would be cool. Like you're able to go to, who knows, like Atlantis in your dreams and swim around like a little fairy, or not a fairy, a mermaid. That's what I'm looking for. The other thing, like, some of you guys should really pay attention to your dreams. Like, your dreams hold a lot of clues, or your dreams are a great place for your ancestors or your guides or even your higher self to come through and communicate with you. And I feel like this group, if you have a dream and it sticks with you for a while, that means there's definitely something important there that you need to like understand. And I'm also hearing for some of you, if you have dreams that you think are super important and then you wake up and you forget about them, that's okay. What I'm hearing is like sometimes your dreams are what you dream about is healing your subconscious, and it's not something that you necessarily have to remember in your waking life. But yeah, so pay attention to your dreams, and if you are dreaming of like a better life in the future, know that that could be your future self showing you visions of the future and what is to come in the next 5 years. So honestly, with this group, anything is on the table. Some of you guys might be really young still and like you're not sure what you want to cultivate, and that's okay. I just feel like you guys will be able to make whatever you want happen because you're going to be so solid inside of yourself. So if that resonates, let me go ahead and put some of these away. I'm also going to like transfer the mic over here. I might like hand hold it as well. That might be a little bit easier. My hand is glitching. I can't get it. Okay. So we are going to break out the tarot, do a couple shuffles. I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the comments if this is resonating. Now, Spirit, also tell me what you think about the new setup. I want to know if all of my effort is going noticed. Okay, so what does Pile 1's relationships look like? Okay, 10 of Embers. Interesting. And then, is Pile 1 living their best life in the next 5 years? If not, how can they improve? Is Pile 1 living their best life? Oh, every now and then there's a couple cards that like seem like they want to come out, but they're not, which is frustrating. Okay. Are they living their best life, Spirit? Got the Swan. Okay. And then, what is the future you manifesting? What is the future Pile 1 manifesting? Oh, I'm going to take that. Oh, I need to check the phone. I think I fricked up the angle. Give me 1 second. So, I'm holding the mic now, so I hope this is okay. The 10 of Embers, as far as your relationships, this represents the 10 of Wands, but typically the 10 of Wands can be taken as like a burden card, but I'm seeing this as almost like a positivity, because how Spirit is delivering the message to me is you guys are going to have such fulfilling relationships. Like, you're really going to find your soul family in the next 5 years. You're going to have a lot of friends. You're going to have a big friend group, like of besties, not only just friends and acquaintances. You could work like on stage, so you have a lot of fans, or just a big group to tend to on a daily basis. And I'm also getting like you will have a relationship, you will have like a really awesome soulmate in the mix, but what I'm feeling here is you guys are really the glue of this group of your friends. People really see you as a shining light and someone that kind of leads the pack in the next 5 years. And that comes with a lot of responsibility and a lot of burdens. You feel like there's a lot to tend to, or like if you don't respond the right way, you might be scared that some people are going to leave you. There's almost like a walking on eggshells energy. And if you put it in like the fan aspect, like obviously no one is 100% themselves on the internet the same way they are in real life. Like, we can try our best, but when you're a content creator, or if you're an actor, singer, whatever, in the public eye, like honestly, they can only see what we allow them to see. And sometimes we allow them to see like the best parts of ourselves, and that's great. But you might be struggling a little bit with just feeling the pressure of having so many eyes on you or having to tend to so many people, because I feel like it's going to be new to you. Some of you guys have grown up kind of like on the outskirts, not having a whole bunch of friends, not having a whole bunch of people wanting to be around you, but in the next 5 years, that's going to flip, and so many people are going to be around you that you're going to be a little overwhelmed. And you might understand now, like when this happens, why so many people just like are so exhausted and don't have energy. I feel like you might be struggling with like people pleasing a little bit here, but just know you will be surrounded by a lot of really, really great people. Now, as far as are you living your best life, pile one? You guys are absolutely living your best life. With the swan, this coincides with the high priestess in this deck. So you guys are definitely tapped into spirit. Your psychic abilities are going to be through the roof. Some of you guys might like start posting tarot readings, and you're going to be reaching a large audience, and you're going to be really resonating with a lot of people. The other thing, you guys are going to be expert manifestors by this time. Like, you're really going to figure out the techniques and the ways in which you can manifest the best. And I'm hearing like it kind of goes along with taking care of yourselves. When you guys are feeling your best and fueling your body, you are going to be able to manifest like that, like so quickly. And also going back to like being the leader of the pack, you guys are going to be kind of put on a pedestal a little bit during this time of your life. And it's just like, be aware of it. Don't like, having power can come with like a certain responsibility of like being level-headed, not going into your ego too much, and you know that just adds to the burdens, but it's also something that you can cultivate. Like, spirit wouldn't give you this big responsibility unless it's something for you. You guys are really shining and evolving into a wonderful, beautiful person within the next 5 years. And I also get this energy like there's a big project happening in the next 5 years for you. And it's something that your soul really wants. Like, this is something that you've wanted since you were a kid. So think of like if I were comparing to my life, this would be like a really big movie or something along those lines. Like, some of you guys could be going on tour, or some of you guys are getting a really significant brand deal, or you're getting to work with one of your favorite companies, stuff like that. I'm also hearing some of you might start a nonprofit surrounding food, like some sort of food shelter or resource like that, which is really awesome. Now, 8 of Lotuses, as far as what you're manifesting, this goes along with the 8 of Cups. So there is a moving on, a leaving an old cycle so you can start a new one, especially when there's something big coming in. Some of you guys are going to be asking spirit for guidance on who maybe you should cut ties with or give less energy to, and other things you should give your energy to. There's also a sense of like coming to terms with your childhood, coming to terms with being neglected, coming to terms with partnerships or relationships that have left you, releasing wounds of abandonment, and cultivating a calmer sense of self. There is a bug that just flew in, and I can hear it buzzing around. I have my window open, that's why. And there's no screen on my window, which is like, ah! But whatever. I'm gonna go hunting later. But there's also a sense of coming back to yourself, because like the city is covered in water, so much so that like fish and whales are able to swim through what used to be a city. So it's like being able to visit places that caused you a lot of trauma. It won't be so significant anymore. And also like if you're holding on to things that like past lovers or past friends have given you, it might be time to say goodbye to that energy, because it's storing around you in the next 5 years. Or like you might have a lover that you've recently cut off or something like that. You're just going to be really getting rid of things that no longer serve you, and that you just can't take with you into the coming life that you're cultivating. So if that resonated, I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for being here with me today. Such a beautiful reading and just like a bunch of bad bees in this group. So happy to read for you guys. If there's anything like that you found stood out in this group, feel free to leave it in the comments. I love reading comments. That's my favorite thing. Reading and responding to comments is so fun. Fills me up with so much joy. As always, feel free to subscribe or like. I would love that. It shows me great support on my channel, and it also shows me what you guys like and appreciate in my readings. Yeah, I don't have much else for you, Pile 1. All I want to say is have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and yeah, I love you. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to today's reading. Do you guys notice a couple things that are different? Do you? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So the setup today is a little different. I went ahead and I bought a little marble stone incense burner, and I got some candles. I got one for the feminine aligned energies here, and I have one for the masculine aligned energies here, and as well as a white candle that is burning for spirit, but you can't see that yet. And do you notice a difference in audio quality? Let me just shift around a little bit here. Yes, I got a mic. So I don't have to shout over the busyness that is going on the street when I have my window open, and it's just better production value. So slowly working our way up. Let's go over a few things. Hi, welcome to today's reading. If you chose the pyrite, then that's how you know today's reading is for you, or maybe not for you, but you know this pile is for you. I'm gonna put my cats outside because they've decided to fight. It's like clockwork at this point. Every time I start filming a reading, they just want to fight and make me look like a bad cat mom on camera, but they love each other anytime the camera is not rolling, I promise. The tarot we are going to be using today is called the Cosma Visions Oracle. Now, technically this is Oracle card deck, but I don't think that was in English. Technically this is an Oracle card deck, but it is pretty much aligned with tarot, so I thought it would be a great one to use. Yeah, I just felt really called to use it, so I'm going to put this away because we're first going to start off with the oracles. If you want a full breakdown of what we're going to be discussing today, feel free to head back to the intro where I go over it for like 10 to 30 seconds. I'll try my best to say as we go along what each card means, but sometimes I forget, and that's always there in case you want it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start channeling. So this card right here is going to represent what your life looks like in 5 years. We have the ring, very pretty. This over here is going to represent a significant challenge, or not challenge, I'm sorry, a significant transition or life experience that you have gone through in the next 5 years that affected you. We have the square. Go back over there. And then this is going to represent a message from your higher self or what they want you to know about the future. And we have heart libations. Heart libations. All right. Let's get started. So, pile 2. Pile 1, you might have some messages there, but pile 2. First of all, some of you guys are going to be getting engaged or married, or there is just a very significant partnership that is going to be coming through for you in the next 5 years. You guys will be finding your twin flame if you use that as a defining term, or some of you guys are finding your soulmate, your life partner. Just a really beautiful, heart overwhelming energy coming through with this reading. There's also a message here where you guys have realized the cycles of life. Some of you guys might have been single for a really long time, or you might have been that person that no one really asked out on the date, and you're recognizing in the next 5 years how that was just a time period in your life and it's not forever, because you guys are going to find your person. Like, there's almost like a shift in the next 5 years where your life is going to be completely different from how it's always been. Like, if you resonate with that energy of not really being asked out in the next 5 years, you are going to be transforming into that person who is constantly getting asked out, who people are always putting on a pedestal. Like, you guys are going to be popping off. You're going to be looking good, looking hot, and you're going to have a nice little hubby or soon to be wife on your arm that you can kind of pride around. I feel like you guys are going to be like, how did I get this person? I get that energy from you guys, which I want to say you got this person from like being so wonderful and so amazing. And there is a message, because pyrite is like fool's gold, so you might have had to learn that lesson of everything that shine, or things that glitter aren't always gold. And I think because you learned that lesson, that's why you're cultivating this great love in the next 5 years. There is like an energy of going within to find who you are, and once you find that, it reflects back into your outward reality, and you're starting to understand the lesson of like everything is connected. Like, what I think about myself is shown to me in my outward reality, and you're understanding this thing about mindset, where like mindset might not be able to transform your life circumstances immediately, but over time things start to reflect what you think within. Like, your outward reality is going to start shifting because you've cultivated a lot more positive mindset. And there's also this message of being surrounded by friends, lovers, a really great group of people, and no one is like taking from your energy. Everyone listens to boundaries. Everyone respects each other. No one's like, you're not going to be afraid to express yourself or express what you're truly thinking to this group of people. And you're also going to be realizing that like, even if people don't accept your love, because you showed them love and you kept love like wearing your heart on your shoulder, that love will be reflected back to you in some way, shape, or form. Like, some of you guys were really scared of, or are really scared. Oh, hi, Miso. I'm worried there's a flame. Please don't do that. Some of you guys, kind of like Miso, we're like scared of putting yourself out there, scared of getting into a relationship because of pain and stuff. But I think in the next 5 years, you're going to realize like, if you're holding back your love, all that's doing is harming you, because A, the universe can't show you the love if you don't show love, and B, like, it harms you to not show love because it hurts to not show love. You guys have some big hearts and you just want to love everyone. And just, I feel like right now we're growing up, people just didn't really allow you to show your love. And now you're going to be able to do that in the next 5 years. And you're going to do it unapologetically, and it's going to rub off on so many people around you. You guys are just going to be this ball of eternal love that is engulfing everyone in the world and like making changes. I feel like you guys are going to be making changes in your communities. Like, if you live in the US, a lot of trans people are under attack right now, and LGBTQ members are under attack right now, not only just on a day-to-day basis, but also politically. And I get an urge, like, some of you guys will be like campaigning or getting on some sort of board or something where you're going to be able to make a difference in the community that you live in, for something that you're passionate about. So if you've been like thinking of becoming an activist or like how you can help people, I feel like in the next 5 years you will have found the best medium for you to help people, and it really will be helping. Like, it really, really, really will. And you're not even going to recognize how many people you're helping. Like, some of this might be a little thankless work on paper, but over time you're going to start to recognize like where the changes you made are having an effect in the future. There's like a very cyclical nature of like everything I put out there comes back to me, and everything that other people put out towards me is going back to them. Like, you're not so worried about karma because you know, like, everything comes around. What goes around comes around, you know? You feeling me? So you're definitely going to be kind of having stress taken off of your shoulders because you're not worried about justice. I feel like if you are deserving of any sort of justice, it will have come back to you, like you're winning a court case or you're getting full custody of your children, things like that. Whatever is owed to you is going to come back, and it's going to be great. Like, you guys have kept your, how do I even say this, like your karmic debt clean, essentially, so you're going to be doing well. As far as a significant transition or life experience, I feel like you guys have really understood how to take care of yourself when you're going through really difficult, challenging periods. So a square in astrology is not necessarily the best aspect. It's kind of like when two things are like going head to head, and it creates an uncomfy energy. So you guys are going to be masters at finding happiness when there seemingly is none, or like you're going to find a way to put a positive spin on anything that you're experiencing. Oh, and my cat is catching a fly. I have to watch her tail so it doesn't go into the candle and burn. So scary. You're going to figure out how to tackle any challenging situation you're in. And I think you're learning that by taking care of you and keeping your mind clear and really just focusing on the things that you can control, which is you, that's what's going to bring you so much success, because you're realizing that you don't have to control everything. Things like people's bad attitude is on them. That's not on you to cater or control. And you're kind of embodying this energy of letting people be who they are and then allowing the right people to find you, which is why I think you're finding this amazing lover. And like, maybe something challenging for you is like, maybe you've gone a really long time without finding your soulmate, or you've gone through a divorce or two and you're just kind of like, ugh, I am like, my idea of love is gone. But I want you to know, in the next 5 years, you will be able to find love again, and there will be an unlocking of your heart chakra. And it's going to be a lot better than any relationships you've had in the past. With heart libations, your higher self and your future self want you to know you will find who you are and you will celebrate yourself. Like, some of you guys just really aren't comfortable in your own skin or just who you are right now, and in the future, 5 years down the line, you're really going to be loving yourself and honoring yourself. And I hope that takes stress off of your shoulders. You will find a way to appreciate all that you are and all that you were given and all of your talents. You will be unlocking talents. Some of you will be unlocking like a spiritual gift because, oh, cat hair, because we have the moon here, being connected with Divine Mother, whatever you believe in. And some of you guys, if you have had issues with your mother in the past, and that's kind of why it was so hard to take care of yourself, you will find a way to push through, and you will find a way to find out what nurturing means to you. Some of you guys struggle with nurturing yourself because you just weren't nurtured as a child. And if that resonates, I'm so sorry. I completely understand. But you are going to be figuring out how to take care of yourself as if you were taking care of your younger self. And that's going to be really healing and nurturing for you. And I feel like the ocean might be significant just because we have a veil and it's kind of like an ocean waterfall coming off of her. So I feel like bathing or doing some sort of nightly ritual that involves water is going to be very healing and very cleansing for you. And it's going to help you keep walls of protection up. I don't know, there's just something about water here that is very significant for your energy. Some of you guys could be Cancers or water signs, and the water is very important for clearing any negative intention sent on you by other people. Some of you guys don't even need an evil eye necklace. Some of you guys just need to say a prayer and hop in the shower, and that's all you need. So kudos to you. But yeah, You guys are going to be loving yourself. And with that does come some people trying to like rain on our parade, but you can just rain on yourself and find happiness, peace, and love. So if that resonates, let's go ahead and head into the tarot. I'm going to put these off to the side, move the mic. I'm going to do a couple shuffles. Let me know how you guys are doing, how your day's been, or night. Some of you could be watching this at night. All right. So, what does pile two's relationships look like in 5 years? What do pile two's relationships look like in 5 years? What do pile two's? Okay. We have the cosmic tree. Very pretty. And is pile 2 living their best life in 5 years? Is pile 2 living their best life in, oh, okay. We have the Phoenix. Oh my gosh, these cards are so pretty. I love this. Definitely a bit of Scorpio energy there, so you guys might be Scorpio as well. And then, what is the future you manifesting in 5 years? Okay. Got the Ace of Embers. All right. I'm going to pick up the mic because that's what I did in pile 1. And let's start channeling. So this cosmic tree is telling me that you guys will have cultivated a family tree that is made up of like soul family members. So some of you guys might not resonate with the family that you were born with. Maybe some of you guys were like scapegoated as a child. And I want you to know you will be creating your own family tree out of the souls that you meet here on earth. And it's going to fill you up in ways that you never thought were possible. And it might also be healing to have them in your life because you're able to almost like forgive your parents and your family for not being able to show up in the ways that you needed. Like, because you're being nurtured and loved through this new family, you're able to have greater compassion for those that couldn't show up for you. Because when we think about it, hurt people, you know? Think about that. When we're hurting inside, we can't always be 100%. And especially if there's family members that don't do a bunch of self-growth or a bunch of self-learning, like sometimes we can't blame them because it's generational. You know, their family members didn't teach them. And so some of them might not have the courage to face their shadow and to grow, because it does take courage, and it does take looking yourself in the mirror and saying, okay, these are toxic patterns and behaviors that I do not want to carry out with me for the rest of my life. And it can be painful to change those things. And some people just aren't at the emotional maturity to relearn patterns and behaviors. And if anything, this should show you like you are so powerful and special to be able to cultivate a new life and a new way of living that maybe no one in your family life has ever been able to do. But there is a sense like you might be a little bit more of a homebody by the next 5 years. You might enjoy staying home and celebrating, like having lots of celebrations at home. I'm seeing like having game nights with your friends and family as well as your like lover. There is definitely like you and this lover might be buying a house in the next 5 years, but definitely more of a homebody and a relaxed, peaceful state is coming to you in your relationships, and it's going to be really fulfilling in the next 5 years. So, with the Phoenix for are you living your best life? Absolutely, guys. You guys have transformed into a completely different person, and I feel like your higher self is telling me you won't believe the kinds of things we're doing in the next 5 years. Like, we are off the charts. So some of you guys like post music and you're going to have like a music career blow up in the next 5 years. And like, there's just this essence of everything that anyone said about you or put labels on you when you were younger, like that is being thrown out the door because you're proving them wrong. You're just proving all of the people who doubted you wrong, and you're also proving yourself that you are far more capable of things and a life that you desire and dream of than you ever once thought before. Like, you guys are really going to be just showing up for yourself and for the world and for the community at large, and you're going to be making changes and transitions that are going to be here for lifetimes. Like, people need your energy. They need you to keep going, because you will reach this phoenix point where you're just rising from the ashes and you're on stage and no one can tell you something about yourself because you are so solid in who you are. You also might be going through like some big shifts and changes that might be challenging, but like I said earlier, you're gonna master that energy of like taking the punches of life and being able to do it with a smile on your face, and like people are gonna look at you and be like, how do you even begin that? And it's all about this self-confidence that you've cultivated, because if you tell yourself you can handle something, you absolutely will, and you're gonna go way beyond your expectations if you just put yourself out there and keep trying and just believe in the unbelievable. Like, almost be delusional with what you want to accomplish in this life, because if you want it and you take steps forward, like, nothing's gonna hold you back. Spirit, the universe, like whatever you believe in, they want to see you realize your goals just as much as you do. So you guys are gonna be popping off in the next 5 years. With the Ace of Embers, you're manifesting like a fiery personality, especially if you do resonate with being a water sign. Like, sometimes staying home, that's our comfort zone, but I feel like you in the next 5 years are going to be manifesting a lot more excitement and a lot more new. There's this sense of like taking up new hobbies or asking the universe to lead you in a direction that will fire you up, that will just get you in this energy of passion. That's the word I'm looking for. A lot of passion. You guys are looking for things that light you up, and it's not like you're manifesting something specific. It's more of a feeling driven, feeling like you can accomplish whatever you want, but you might be searching for things to accomplish, because I feel like this pile has really cultivated a solid life and a solid foundation, and now you're looking for excitement and newness to add to that. Like, some of you will be starting a new project or launching like a book, or like some of you guys will be finally putting away excuses and like taking time to write a book or taking time to make a tarot deck. Those are just examples that come off the top of my head, but you guys are going to be looking for fire and like climax energy in your life, for lack of a better term. But okay, pile 2, thank you so much for being here for this reading here today. I hope this resonated. Feel free to leave a like or let me know what you think down in the comments, or both. I would love that. And if you really want to knock it out of the park, I would love for you guys to subscribe. That way you never miss a video in the future or any of my community posts. I do try to talk with you guys often and keep you in the loop of what I'm doing when I'm filming, and let you guys know the ideas or the videos that will be coming in the future. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, leave a like. I love you guys so much. That's all I have for you here today. And yeah, have a great life. Bye. I love you. Hello, pile 3. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you chose the marble stone, then that's how you know you made it to pile 3. Welcome. Do you guys notice anything a little bit different? I'll give you a sec. Okay, so I went and I splurged on a little bit of a set background, I guess. I don't know what you would call this, but I got a couple little trays for these candles. I've got a candle for all the feminine aligned energies watching me. I got a candle for all the masculine aligned energies watching me. And you can't see it lit right now, but it is lit. I have a white candle for spirit here in the middle. And do you notice anything different with the audio quality? Hi, am I in your ears? I have a mic with me today, and I'm excited. I feel like I'm like increasing my production value here for these readings. So I hope it's paying off. I hope you guys like the new setup, but let's have a little chit chat about what we're going over. Today we are going to be using the Cosma Visions Oracle. Now, technically this is an Oracle deck, but it's very aligned with traditional tarot, so I figured it would be a cute deck to use, and I just felt really called to use it here today. I'm gonna put that away until we need it. And we have these. Now, if you guys want a full breakdown of everything that we're going to be looking at today, feel free to head back to the intro and watch the little 10 to 30 second clip of me going through everything. That way you know what's going on. But as always, I will try my best to just go over as we're going through the cards, but that is always there just in case. Today we're going to be looking at what your life looks like in the next 5 years, which I thought was a super fun, exciting topic, and a subscriber suggested it, so even better. I love fulfilling the types of videos that you guys want to see. But enough chit chat, let's go ahead, flip some cards over, and start channeling. So this card right here is going to represent what your life looks like in the next 5 years. We have the Mystic. Hello, all my channelers. Hello, all my witches. Hello, all of y'all who do spiritual work. This card over here is going to represent what life experiences or significant transitions you've gone through. We have the Solar Eclipse, very pretty. And then this card is going to represent what your future self wants you to know. And we have Healing Waters, very pretty. So, you guys are definitely my spiritual people, you guys. Honestly, like, I don't know if this is your pile, if you don't already do spiritual work for people, but this group of people in the next 5 years, you guys are going to be making spiritual work like your work, like your 9 to 5, your money-making job. You guys are going to see a significant increase in any sort of spiritual work you do, or a significant increase in people seeking you out for your sort of spiritual services. So some of you guys who own like a tarot reading business, or some of you guys are mediums, some of you guys are witches who do spells and stuff for people, that will be popping off. You guys are going to be doing well. There's also this energy, like if you have a social media, you are going to be increasing your presence on social media. You're going to have a lot of eyes with you, and you're going to see an increase in your psychic abilities. You're going to be able to read people well. You're going to have a very strong connection with your spiritual team, which will allow you to open up your abilities even more. And I feel like you guys are going to be finding a newfound confidence. Look out for yellow or orange butterflies. That could be a sign from the universe that you are on the right path, or you are on the path to reaching this sort of success in your career. You guys are going to be living life through your solar and your solar plexus chakra and your sacral chakra. That's the one I was looking for. And those rule our like confidence, our happiness, our joy, as well as our sexuality, our creativity, our passions. You guys are going to be very passionate and loving what you're doing, like waking up every day and loving what you're doing, being filled with such unbridled joy for the work that you get to do. Because I do get the sense that you guys are excited to help people and like live out your divine mission and connect with your spirit team. Some of you guys are going to be like hiking in the morning and then coming home doing readings, or like doing whatever you do, I don't know, and healing people, and you're going to be eating really great food. Like you guys are going to be taking care of others, taking care of yourself, and taking care of the earth, and just spreading so much divine love and wisdom. You guys, with the solar eclipse here, because solar eclipse brings sudden, unexpected change and like a huge shift inside of our life. And right now we're currently on a Aries Libra axis, so like that is affecting me. Like pretty much like a huge chunk of my placements are Aries and Libra, and it was okay this last solar/lunar eclipse cycle, but I know this one is going to bring a lot of change. So I feel like you guys look in your birth chart, see where like your rising sign or your big three are placed in your chart. And when a solar eclipse happens in that sign or house placement, that is going to spark some significant change. Some of you might have Scorpio placements, which just finished their solar and lunar cycle of eclipses, and that sparked a whole bunch of openness to occult sciences or an increase in your psychic abilities. There's going to be some big shifts that happen that allow you to delve deeper into this world. Like some of you might lose a job or something. I don't want to put that out there, but some of you might be laid off or something like that, which you might initially freak out and be like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. But then it's going to offer up a chance for you to delve even more into your psychic abilities, and you might be shocked with the turnaround that happens there. And what I mean by that is, like, say you get let go and you start focusing on your psychic business, whatever, and you are going to see a huge increase in your finances, more so than you were even being paid for your day job. So it's like whatever you lose is going to be replaced with something even better for you. And it might be scary, and like the shift, it might be hard to kind of keep on the trail racks, like the train racks. But you are going to do okay, and you will be able to make it out, and it will be replaced with something even greater. Some of you guys might experience something kind of traumatic within the next 5 years that is going to align you with more psychic abilities. Like, I'm trying to think, like a big shift. Like, say you've been dating someone for 10 years. What if they get up and leave and you're kind of like your whole life was built around them? That's obviously a big, scary change and shift. But going through that, you're going to be connecting with spirit more and learning more about tarot through that. And there is a yellow monarch that just went by my window. So this is confirmation for you guys. Like, whatever leaves your life, whatever changes, it's going to grow you into a stronger person and someone who understands the cycles of life better, so that you're able to help and guide people even more. And there's also like a deeper surrender of ego. So you're going to be able to live life from a more authentic place, which then allows you to deliver messages or work spiritually in a manner that connects with more people. Sometimes, like, I tell myself all the stuff I've gone through is it helps me sit here and tell you guys what not to do or what you should do. And it also helps me connect with a wider audience because I have gone through so much, you know? And yeah, you're going to be kind of going through some bittersweet changes, but the rewards are going to be so much grander. Healing waters here, your future self wants you to know that I almost said decided. So maybe like in the next 5 years, your 3D self aligned with your future self and decided to embark on this journey of releasing attachments and taking kind of like a Buddhist stance to life. Now, I am not Buddhist, guys. This is just what is coming to me. But some of you guys might be focusing more on releasing attachments to outcomes, releasing attachments to people, life circumstances, things like that, to a point where you're able to reach so much bliss that you're not having like the ego coming in and affecting like your channeling or affecting how you go about life. Like, you're really going to settle into this more divine light healing energy, which then in turn allows you to go back and heal a whole bunch from your childhood, which then allows you to offer up so much healing to other people in this life. And there's like a revitalization of self. Like, you're discovering facets of yourself that you never thought, like you never discovered before in your life, which is so incredible. And like this lady here, she's just so bliss. And also I'm hearing wisps like from Brave. Like you're gonna start seeing wisps, or maybe you're developing like a psychic eye where you're able to see ghosts and become a medium and speak to them like that. That's like a huge upgrade. And it's also, there's a message here of like, some people aren't ready to face their shadow self, so they run away. And I feel like you guys might have situations where you want people to grow into higher beings, but they're not always able to be that. And so you might have to learn like letting people go and allowing grace for them, but also allowing grace for you, because you know, when you're growing so much, some people just can't stay on that level forever, and some people aren't able to grow and level up with you, and we have to become okay with that. And like, going back to releasing attachments, you might be releasing attachments with people you've known for a really long time, and recognizing that they aren't where you are, and it's healing for both of you guys to let each other go and to explore life on your own terms. So, if that resonates, let's go ahead and get into the tarot. I'm going to put these like so. Let's see. Okay, and then I'm going to move the mic a little bit. Let me know how this is resonating. Let me know how your day is going. I would like to know that as well. We do one more shuffle, and then we will get to pulling. The messages have been a little shorter today, but I think that's what I needed, because I've been having like a hectic week and I've just not been feeling well. Check your strawberries. There is a hepatitis outbreak, so I had to get tested for hepatitis, because the lot, like, okay, so each bag of like food has a lot number, like when it was processed. I checked with the FDA because I found out about the strawberries being contaminated. I was eating a lot number of strawberries that were contaminated with hepatitis, so I had to get tested for hepatitis, and I'm waiting on the results. So I just haven't been feeling well, and I've been a little anxious, so shorter reading is what I needed. So let's check out, what does pile 3's relationships look like in the next 5 years? What do pile 3's relationships look like in the next 5 years? Pile 3's, okay, I'm gonna take that. We have the Wanderer, very cool. Let's see how I can move this. Boop. And then, is pile 3 living their best life in the next 5 years? And if not, okay, we have the 4 of Lotuses. And then, what is pile 3's future self manifesting? 7 of Embers. Okay, let me move this around a little bit. It's kind of wonky because this stone is here, but it's all right. Some of you in the next 5 years, it's like you're finally finding that person that really sparks your flames. Like, I feel like some of you are really, really, really picky about lovers and who you bring into your life. And like, that's understandable, because you got to protect your energy, especially if you're out here doing spiritual work. But I feel like you're finally going to meet someone where you're like, I've known you before. I've gone on adventures with you before. And like, I've never felt this way before. Because you know how people say having butterflies are a sign of anxiety and a sign that maybe a connection is not for you. But I feel like you're going to be experiencing a new way of feeling butterflies for someone. And it's not coming from an egoic, like, I want this because it would make me better. No, it's like you are meeting someone where you're like, oh my God, this lights me on fire. This is something I'm passionate about. This is what it means to have lived a lifetime with someone before. Like, there's a new energy and excitement, and you're going to be going on lots of adventures with the people around you. I feel like you guys are going to have a really solid group of friends around you. There might be a little bit of drama, but like, who doesn't have drama in their relationships? But you guys are going to be solid enough to go, like, I'm hearing some of you guys might go on trips around the world together with this group or with this person. And it's like, it's not just you tackling the world. Like, do you see how this man or this fire being has multiple arms, multiple legs? It's like, You're going to be surrounded by people who are just like you, but with different facets of your personality shining, which is really beautiful. Like, definitely soul family vibes here. But they might be, like, you might be surrounded by a lot of fire signs, or this person that you are meeting will be a fire sign, because, like, the Wanderer is literally throwing flames. So they might be, like, quick to temper, which might be something that you guys have within you as well. But I feel like you guys are going to recognize where each other's faults are, because you guys either went through the exact same thing, or it's like it's a part of you, so you understand where people are coming from. And there's this energy of, like, even if you guys do fight or bicker or whatever, like, you're gonna be able to still come back to each other because you love each other so much. And it's not in a toxic, like, hate each other, are mean to each other, but still come back to each other. That's not what I'm saying. But this is an energy of, like, you're allowing freedom for people to express who they are authentically, and they're allowing you to express authentically as well. And y'all are all confident and creative and just constantly throwing sparks back and forth with each other. You know, this is a very reciprocal energy here. With the Four of Lotuses, you guys will be having everything you want, but I'm hearing that song that is like, I might link it down below under your timestamp so you can listen to it, but it goes like, when you've gotten what you want, there's nothing left to want. So I feel like you guys have manifested everything that was kind of on your list of things that you wanted in this life, and you're kind of in a bored stalemate energy where you're like, okay, what now? Or you're struggling with an energy of, I've gotten everything, why do I still feel a lack? And that is spirit coming through to show you that, like, even super abundant people, even people who have everything that you think you lack, there's still a possibility for boredom and unhappiness. And I think the future you might be struggling with finding newness when you have everything, and finding ways to excite yourself, and finding new challenges. Like, some of you guys might have cultivated a really nice life for yourself, but the stagnancy comes in where you need, like, crashing waves. You need some chaos or a little madness in order for things to be fun and fulfilling. And I feel like you might need, like, a new tactic, especially if you're doing spiritual work. Like, if I was sitting here doing the exact same type of readings for, like, 5 years down the line, I would understand if I was a little bored. And so there might be just, like, new ways to go about doing spiritual work that you hadn't have thought about before. And it might be a good idea to do that, because we're human beings. We need new stimuli in order to feel happy, okay? So that's really the only thing here, is, like, kind of feeling dissatisfied even though you have everything. So yeah, you might, like I'm hearing, you might take up painting as just a hobby or something new to add to your life. This is a group of people where, like, if you set your mind to anything, you will become good at it, extremely good at it. And that's a talent, but it's also kind of a burden, because if you are so good at learning things, like, eventually there comes things where you're like, I'm tired. Why is nothing lighting me up? And it's like, it's not that nothing's lighting you up. It's just that the challenge is what fulfills you. You guys need a good challenge in your life, or you need a good hurdle to climb. Some of you guys might be Capricorns and you just need new challenges and new stimuli in order to feel like you're growing, because when you're stagnant, like, you can feel that, especially when you're doing spiritual work. When you're not growing and learning, like, it's hard to channel and feel connected. But yeah, just keep in mind that you never are done learning. There's always new things to experience in this world. With the Seven of Embers, that represents the Seven of Wands in traditional tarot. And as far as what the future you is manifesting, there's definitely a message of protection, or, like, upping like even physical protection, especially if you guys have like cultivated a really nice abundant life for yourself. Some of you guys might recognize a need for like a security team, or like even spiritual protection. Some of you guys are going to be like releasing like your own spiritual product, like a protecting product. So think of like spiritual protection candles or crystals, or some sort of like, I'm hearing a course. Some of you guys could do a spiritual course surrounded around protection that you could sell to people. There's just some sort of knowledge of protection that is being spread here, or you're just trying to up your levels of protection, because the brighter we shine, the more little doozies like to come out of the woodworks and try and pin you down and make you stop shining. And you know, I feel like this pile is going to be a group where you're really, really shining in the future. And it's just a good idea to stay protected and be a little bit more grounded. There is a grounded sense here where you might be a little more up in the clouds, and the future you is just trying to ground more and connect more with the world around you. So if that resonated, that's all I have for you guys today. Pile 3, thanks so much for being here with me today. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I would love if you did all of those or none of those. Just you being here and staying for the reading is what matters to me. So thank you guys so much. I hope you like the new setup. Let me know in the comments, and have a fabulous day. Pile 3, bye-bye. I love you.